Hey, babe, I just got pulled over by the cops for speeding.
What?
I know.
Again? Stop doing this.
I'm sorry, but they're following me home right now because I told them that you fell down the stairs, and that was my reason for speeding. So I need you to
Fell down the stairs?
you fell down the stairs, and so they're following me. So I need you to lay out and act like you're hurt because we're about 30 seconds from home right now, and I need you to do me a solid, or we're both going to jail.
Wait, they're following you home?
They're right behind me. No, I don't think it's no, they're just being nice because if I told them you fell and you're hurt and that's why I'm speeding, so they're coming to just check out and make sure everything's okay because we would call them or an ambulance or something anyway. No, we cannot get Buffalo Wild Wings for dinner, Blake. I am about to pull in the driveway with 2 cops behind me. I need you to sprawl out.
All right.
Then I'll get you wings.
Okay. You're serious.
Now! Oh, he hung up. I don't know if he's gonna do it or not. Oh, he home. I think he's right inside those stairs. Oh my gosh. There we go. Oh my gosh, I didn't turn the car off. No cops, obviously. Y'all don't pick up on the joke. Baby?
Yeah, come here.
Oh no, are you okay?
No.
We're coming. We're coming. Oh. Oh no! Oh, baby! Is it your back? You've been knocked over the plate. Man, it's a joke.
What?
It's a prank.
Are you serious?
What did you do with the thing? What the hell? How did you get my neck?
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Bianca bringing you another episode of I Got You Sis Chronicles. Welcome and welcome back. So last week we did part 1 of the series, Are You Ready for Love? And we talked about self-love. We talked about self-care and making sure that we put ourselves first before stepping out there with somebody else, right? So this week we got to talk about loving other people. And I think initially when you are trying to put yourself out there and you're trying to make that connection with somebody else, I think the first thing that you have to ask yourself is, are you ready to love someone else, and are you ready to receive love? I think that when it comes to loving someone else, you have to be ready to negotiate. You have to be ready to compromise and say no to things that you actually like to do in order to kind of maybe make someone else comfortable. You have to be ready to share your space. And when I say space, I mean it in a physical sense, but I also mean it in an emotional sense of things. You know, you have to put yourself aside a little bit sometimes and be the bigger person in order to get to the next level. And you have to decide what's worth it and what's not worth it. And then when it comes to, are you ready to receive love? You know, sometimes when you don't trust people, it's like you are trying to figure out what their motive is the whole time, right? And when you're ready to be in that space, you kind of just allow things to flow. You allow things to happen. You realize that you're not in control, but you're ready for whatever. You're kind of just gonna let it go. When I think about being ready for love, I think about a peace within you. I think about the peace that you have when you are spiritually centered. And when you are spiritually centered, whatever it may be that you follow, you are at peace. It does not matter if you are exactly where you want to be or not. You are at peace. Things may not be going the way that you need them to go, but as far as the energy that you're giving off to others and the energy that you are receiving, everything is in place the way that it needs to be. Everything is in place to potentially get to where you want it to go if you're not where you want to be. So if you have that within yourself, then you're able to connect with someone else. And when you're able to connect with someone else, you're not seeking for them to fulfill anything in you that is missing. You're just looking for them to enhance. That's what love is all about. That's what being in a relationship and having that strong, healthy connection is all about. It's all about the enhancements of someone else being in your space. You know, it's all about, oh, I enjoy watching movies, but when I watch movies with this person, I laugh more because we're able to have these conversations and expound on the subjects and the topics and whatever. It's another level. It just takes things to the next level. So it's like, I'm good by myself. I'm cool by myself. But with you, like, I like this better. I like how this feels better. You're my partner. You have my back. And we're moving together. And that's what being in a relationship is all about. So being ready for that. I'm going to say that one thing about me is that I'm a loner. I like to be by myself. I enjoy being by myself. But when you are with someone, you can't always be by yourself. You can't have everything your way. You have to share, and you have to, you know, allow them their space, allow them their place in your life, right? So I had to let go of some things to be able to allow someone to be in a shared space with me. As much as I want to feel completely relaxed and comfortable in my own space, which I do, but I had to get used to some new things because he also has to be relaxed and comfortable in his own space, right? So it's like there's things that I would not have had in my house that I do because it's what's good for him too. So we make compromises. Like when I lived by myself, I didn't have a microwave. Well, I didn't have a microwave because I didn't want to be tempted to make unhealthy foods. Like I wanted to cook everything fresh. So I would buy fresh vegetables and fruits and everything, and I would cook. It made me cook not having a microwave. Everything took the long way, right? So for my husband, like he was on like Totino's and pizza pockets and doggone I don't know, just junk to me. Like I'm looking, I'm like, this man can't live without a microwave and a toaster oven, okay? I never had a toaster oven until I met him. So it was something different. Does it bother me that there's a microwave in the house? No. Do I use the microwave? Yes. Do I still cook a lot? Yeah, I do. And do I still make sure that we eat healthy? I do. So I had to compromise. But there are some little things that are like junk food. I don't touch them. But there are things in the house that I don't really fool with. But it makes him comfortable and it makes the kids comfortable. So that's something that I did to compromise. The toaster oven. I didn't even know how to use it. I'm telling you, I never had a toaster oven growing up. So when it said that piece on the directions on the box, I didn't know. I didn't know what that was for. Like I had never even fooled with one. Now I'm okay with it. I use it for stuff, you know, like a bagel or whatever. So I use it. I've incorporated it into my life a little bit, but it's not my end all be all. I'm still on that stove, water whipping in the kitchen. So, so you know, but it's all about compromising. It's all about allowing things into your space that maybe before you would have never done, like trying new things that you would have never done. For my husband, he was a very picky eater when he met me. So we made a deal, like you'll at least try it. Even, whether you like it or not, you at least will try it. And these are smaller things that I'm mentioning, but it's just talking about how you change and you open up more and you expand yourself as a person when you do take the chance to be in love with someone, but you have to be ready for that. You cannot, I tell you, you cannot be with somebody that loves you and every single time they say something that you don't like, you assume that they're attacking you. You assume that they're trying to break you down. Here's the thing. When you love somebody, like truly love somebody, you want the best for them. So sometimes the best for them doesn't sound good. It doesn't feel good. So if you understand that that person is someone that loves you and that person is somebody that's coming from a place of love and not from a place of hurt and anger, then you'll realize that you have to accept that. You have to take the good with the bad. There's going to be flaws that that person points out that you would have never noticed, and maybe the people around you got so used to it, they just have been tolerating it all this time. But I've had times where someone will point something out about me, and then I'll mention it to my friends or my family. I'm like, do you think I'm good? You know, you think I'm such and such, or do you think I'm this? And they'll make that face like, well, you do, you know, do this, and you do that. And it's that moment of self-actualization. It's that moment of realizing, like, dang, you know, I have growth. I have things, I have room to be better. And you have to be ready for that. You have to be ready for the changes that you'll make once you get into the relationship. And like I said, it has to be a healthy relationship for you to be able to have those moments. You have to trust your gut. Go with the flow of things. Let things kind of happen. Don't rush things and don't stop things. Just kind of let things go with the flow, because the worst that can happen is that it doesn't work.
God said, if you are open to better, I'm going to correct your method. Too many of you are surrounding yourself with people who need you, and it may feed your ego, but it will deplete your resources. God said, I'm in this new season, I'm going to put some people around you who can carry something. I need people around me who can carry something. Wait a minute, when I'm not looking. We can only make you what you already are. Come on with me, somebody. He said, Moses, I want you to pick men that you know to be elders so we can make them elders. In other words, the CEO ought to be the CEO before he's a CEO. The person you trust with it ought to be that before you trust them with it. I'm going to blow your mind. A woman is a wife before she gets married. There are women in this room that are wives waiting to be selected. I'll prove it to you. The Bible said, he that findeth a wife findeth a good thing. It didn't say he that findeth a woman, because every woman is not a wife, and you can't make a wife out of her just because she's a woman. But if she's a wife, oh, y'all ain't gonna help me, but I'll help myself. Just because a person is a male doesn't make him a husband. You've been picking males. A husband is in the way you see the world. It is in the way you express yourself in love. A husband is already in you before you ever get married. When you're a husband, you express yourself through protection and provision, and it's how you define yourself. And you just waiting on somebody to give to their bosom. I want to give to your bosom. I want to give to your bosom. I got talents. I got resources. I know how to make somebody feel safe. I'm just trying to find the right somebody. I'm a solution looking for a problem. I'm an answer looking for an equation. Oh, and when you come together, it's going to be awesome. But when you find a problem looking for a problem, all we can do is lay around and talk about our problems. So she talked about, you know, when I was 5, I was hurt, I went through something. He said, when I was 7, I went through the same thing. And two of the same thing will never be fruitful. So we got victims marrying victims. Now you're in a contest to see who can be the most victimized.
And all you need to do is pray for discernment. You need to pray that God puts it into your spirit to be able to tell if this is somebody that's for you or against you. Have him to show you the things that are not good for you. Let him show you, hopefully let him show you if this person is for a reason, season, or a lifetime. Because ain't nothing like making lifetime decisions with some seasonal folks. It's a waste of time. It is a waste of time, especially if you stay too long. When the season is over, honey, and they supposed to be going and you still holding on to them and they're not supposed to be there. Oh, whew, that's painful. That's a struggle. So pray for discernment. Pray for healing. Pray for peace. Pray for strength. Pray for patience. Pray for the qualities that you need in order to be able to be in a successful relationship and recognize relationships that are not for you. I can't tell you a relationship that I didn't learn something from. I can't tell you that I have any regrets on any relationships that I was in prior to being with my husband. I can't say that I have any regrets because I feel like I learned some of the things that I needed to learn in order to be in a relationship with him. I feel like I learned the things that I needed to learn in order to be a better woman to him. And also to recognize him being a better man. Recognize what I deserve for myself. Recognize what I would allow and what I would not allow. You know, being able to set boundaries. How can you be with somebody? How can you be in a relationship with somebody and you don't know how to set boundaries for yourself? And then for someone else. You have to set boundaries for yourself because you have to decide, who am I as a person? Who do I want to be? And who will I not be? And then you set the boundaries around that. And then once you let somebody in your space, it's like, okay, I don't want them to take the essence of me. So that's a boundary that I set. Anytime they're coming towards me in a way that's going to demean the essence of me. Not who I am, because like I said, you'll change in a relationship, but the essence of you. When you start feeling like you don't know who you are anymore after you've been in a relationship that's just been breaking you down, that's what I mean. The essence of you. And then you want to be with somebody who empowers you, who supports you, every piece of you, good, bad, and different. And supporting somebody does not mean enabling. They can support you by telling you the truth, giving you real feedback, letting you know when you're slipping, letting you know when you're messing stuff up, but also letting you know when you're doing great, letting you know when you're stronger than you thought you were. It's about those things. But you have to be able to also set the boundaries to somebody to make sure that they're not disrespectful of you. You know, when you lose the respect in a relationship, the relationship is done. It's not about love. It's about respect. Because respect comes with boundaries. Respect comes with limits. It comes with regard. It comes with acknowledgement. When you respect somebody, you think of them when you're making decisions. And you will or you won't do things because you respect them. When the respect is gone, it's very difficult to be 100% you. Because when someone is disrespecting you, it's breaking you. It's breaking you down. It's taking pieces of you. So when it comes to setting those boundaries, you have to make sure that the person respects you. They talk to you a certain way. They are very intentional when they're talking to you about certain things, especially when they have to tell you something bad. They're thinking of your feelings. They're not coddling you, but they're thinking of your feelings in the way that they deliver something and making sure that when they are speaking to you about things that it's necessary. And then let's talk about intimacy. When it comes to being in a relationship, there is a certain level of intimacy that comes along with that. It could be super passionate. It could be just loving and acknowledging. So understanding your love language and being able to communicate the love language to your partner, and then understanding your partner's love language so that you'll be able to deliver to them. Because just because I like to be loved a certain way, I can't love my husband in the way that I like to be loved. Because that might hit a few things for him, but it'll be missing some things because it wasn't made just for him, right? So you have to be understanding of that. You have to, like I said, you have to know your own love language so that you'll be able to communicate, this is how I like to be loved. These are the things that I like to see. These are the things that I like to feel and have. And then you want to make sure that you're partnered with somebody who can deliver on that. If I'm someone who loves a lot of affection and I get with somebody who does not do affection and is not willing to give affection. I'm going to feel empty a lot of times. I'm going to feel alone a lot of times. I'm going to feel taken advantage of. I'm going to feel unvalued. I'm going to feel all these different things. And I'm waiting on somebody who showed me that that's not something they're capable of providing to do this for me. And they've already shown me that they can't. They've already shown me that they don't want to, that they won't. So what am I waiting for? That's not who I need to be with. If I know that I have certain things that I need in order to feel sustained in a relationship, to feel secured in a relationship, and somebody is not capable of providing that to me, I am always going to feel like I'm without. So being able to communicate what your love language is, and then having that spirit of discernment to be able to understand whether or not the person that you're dealing with is able to provide that. Because it's important. It takes things to the next level. It makes it special. It stands through whenever you're dealing with different things in your relationship. It strengthens you. It empowers you. And like I said, it sets you all apart. So when we're talking about being ready for love, when we're talking about being in a partnership and loving others, just remember that it is definitely in your hands what you want, what you allow, what you expect, and what you stand for. And once you decide what those things are, and then you open your heart up to be able to accept someone and allow them the opportunity to fulfill the things that you are asking of them in order to enhance your life, and you go from there. Everything won't be perfect. Everything won't be smooth sailing all the time, but you have to be prepared for that. And you have to understand that the solution is always the goal. Okay? The solution is always the goal. And when you get away from the solution, when you get away from the solution being the mission in conflict, just stop. Just stop. Come back to it. You're not ready. It's not time. And if you can't get back to the solution ever, you're always in just the fight and you can't get to the solution, that might not be where you need to be. Simple as that. But just be open to things. Be open to it. And you're going to get hurt. You're going to be upset. You're going to disagree. But be open to the process. And trust. Trust that you're going to know what's right for you. And trust that you're going to have the strength to let go what's not right. All right, that's all I have today. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure you hit that like, share, and subscribe button so you don't miss another episode of I Got You Sis Chronicles. See you soon.